Welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to be walking you through your brand new VerifierHub CRM today. We've put together this explainer specifically to showcase everything we've built from the ground up for your cybersecurity verification team. We're going to look under the hood, explore what your day-to-day operations will look like, and see exactly how this platform is going to completely streamline your entire workflow. So let's just dive right in. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at your new VerifierHub CRM architecture. Second, access roles and permissions. Third, managing clients and data. Fourth, end-to-end case workflow. Fifth, imports and system administration. And finally, getting ready for production launch. All right, part one, your new VerifierHub CRM. Let's take a quick peek under the hood. Your front end is built on React 19 and TypeScript, which is basically what gives your team that lightning-fast, highly responsive experience. On the back end, ASP.NET Core 10 is doing all the heavy lifting. We've locked down your security using identity and JWT access tokens, meaning your data stays strictly protected at all times. And for data storage, we're relying on EF Core and SQL Server. It is absolutely top-tier tech, but it's completely abstracted away behind a really clean, business-friendly interface. Moving right along to part two, access roles and permissions. We built what we like to call role-based empathy directly into the system's DNA. A manager gets these powerful administrative tools to oversee clients, manage cases, and handle portal links. Meanwhile, a staff user gets a highly streamlined experience. Their access is strictly limited to their assigned cases and connected clients. This is crucial because it keeps your frontline team focused solely on their active work, completely removing any distracting management tools from their view. Now think about your public clients for a second. They don't need a full CRM account, right? They just need a valid, active, secure link. That link drops them into a completely isolated public biodata porter. They securely submit their information, but they are entirely walled off from your internal CRM, your staff profiles, and your case notes. It's maximum convenience for them and maximum security for you. Which brings us to part three, managing clients and data. We built a standout feature specifically for your team to handle this, the Secure Client Form. It's a one-time secure link generated by your managers that allows clients to review and submit their biodata seamlessly. But the brilliant part? The API is only actually called on final submission, and public biodata is never stored in the browser's persistent memory. It basically gathers data directly from the source with maximum security. To maintain that tight security, these links have a very strict four-stage lifecycle: active, submitted, expired, and revoked. The raw URL is completely hidden, and it's only shown to your manager at the exact moment of generation. Once a client successfully submits their info, that form clears out and the link dies. It can literally never be used again. If they try, they just get a friendly, non-technical message explaining it's inactive. Now for part four, end-to-end case workflow. Let's trace a typical day-in-the-life user journey. It begins right at sign-in. From the dashboard, a user adds a client, generates a secure form, and waits for that client's biodata to come in. From there, they create the verification case, assign staff, log operational notes, and move the case through permitted statuses until the work is finally completed and archived. It's a remarkably seamless, logical progression. Zooming in on that active workflow for a second. First up, you create the case with details like incident type and priority. Next, management assigns the active staff. Then, your authorized team logs their operational updates, and finally, they update the case status. Through all of this, the system is automatically maintaining a highly readable, chronological timeline of every single action taken. Now, what makes updating that status completely foolproof is a concept we call the invisible guardrails. The backend API is the absolute final authority here. When a staff member opens the update status dialog, the system actually asks the backend what transitions are valid for this specific case, and it only displays those permitted destinations. The front end doesn't guess. The system automatically prevents staff mistakes by just outright rejecting any unsupported workflow movements. All right, part five, imports and system administration. For bulk data, we've made the import process intentionally guided. You download the template, upload up to 10 megabytes, review the preview, and confirm. And what's really great is that the system automatically skips duplicate and invalid rows to keep your database perfectly clean. It imports the good data, skips the rest, and instantly hands you an error report for anything that failed. For your administrators, the activity log is going to be a massive game changer. It empowers you with full audit capabilities, featuring really intuitive filtering and server-side pagination, which basically means it loads instantly no matter how massive your logs get over time. but crucially, it automatically sanitizes all exposed sensitive data. Passwords, portal hashes, and connection strings are completely excluded from the UI. We've also built in ironclad protections for your historical data. Active records are fully editable and ready for new cases. But once a case moves to archived records, it becomes immutable. It cannot be edited, it cannot be assigned, and it cannot be moved. This enforces total historical accountability without cluttering up your team's active daily dashboard. And finally, Part 6, ready for production launch. I am incredibly proud to report that your new system has passed rigorous security scans. We have 0 exposed front-end connection strings, 0 exposed passwords, JWTs, or portal persistence. The back-end release build passed with 0 warnings and 0 errors, and all 62 automated unit and integration tests are completely green. The platform is secure, and it is ready to go. So, there's just one final prerequisite before we deploy. As a best practice, we need your team to complete a full manual acceptance flow across all the roles: admin, manager, staff, and the public client. We really want you to test mobile layouts, run some imports, and feel those archive protections firsthand to ensure you have absolute comfort and readiness with the system we've built. Which leaves us with just one question for you. Are you ready to complete that final manual acceptance flow and deploy VerifierHub to completely transform your operations? We are just so thrilled to hand over a system that will revolutionize your cybersecurity verification workflow, from secure client onboarding all the way to finalized case archiving. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I really can't wait to see your team in action.